Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Miss Sidra freelancing wali and I am doing 2 months teacher training course from Rehan AI Teachers Boot Camp. So now we have a conversation with ChatGPT and the topic is the secret to building lasting habits and she will answer them. So without wasting any time, we start the conversation with ChatGPT. Hello ChatGPT, how are you? Please introduce yourself.
Hey there, I'm doing great, thank you. I'm ChatGPT, an AI language model created by OpenAI. I can help with a wide range of things like answering questions, having conversations, and even helping you with learning or just chatting about anything that interests you. Let me know how I can help.
Yeah, first I am Sidra freelancing wali and I am doing 2 months teacher training course from Rehan AI Teachers Boot Camp. So any ChatGPT, uh, I have a conversation with you on the topic is the secret to building lasting habits. So I asked some important question about this topic. So ChatGPT, are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready. I'm excited to chat about building lasting habits with you. Feel free to fire away with your questions whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much. So without wasting any time, we start the conversation. So ChatGPT, my first question is, what is the most important secret to building lasting habits?
That's a great question. One of the most important secrets is consistency. It's all about making small, manageable changes that you can stick with over time. Over time, these small changes add up and become second nature. It also helps to have a clear and meaningful reason behind the habit and to celebrate small wins along the way.
Thank you so much. So my next question is, uh, why should we start small when forming a new habit?
Starting small is really helpful because it reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed. When the steps are tiny, it's easier to stay consistent and build momentum. Plus, small habits are easier to maintain and less likely to trigger resistance. As you get comfortable, you can gradually increase the difficulty, and that way, the habit really sticks.
Okay, that's great. So
I'm glad you.
ChatGPT, my next question is, how does consistency help in making habits stick?
Consistency is key because it helps reinforce the behavior until it becomes automatic. The more consistently you perform a habit, the more it gets ingrained in your routine and your brain starts to associate it with a specific cue. Over time, it requires less effort and willpower, and the habit just feels like a natural part of your day.
Okay, that's great. So, ChatGPT, my next question is, what is the trigger or cue in formation?
A trigger or cue is basically the signal that prompts you to start a habit. It can be something in your environment, a specific time of day, an emotional state, or even another habit you already have. It essentially acts as a reminder for your brain to kick into action and perform the habit. Once you identify and consistently use that trigger, the habit becomes much easier to maintain.
Can you give an example of linking a new habit with an old one?
Absolutely. A classic example is the habit of doing a few minutes of stretching right after you brush your teeth in the morning. Brushing your teeth is an established habit, so it serves as a perfect trigger for the new habit of stretching. Over time, your brain will start to associate the two actions and you'll automatically stretch right after brushing your teeth.
Okay, that's great. So, my next question is, why is it important to make habits easy in the beginning?
Making habits easy at the start helps you build momentum and avoid feeling overwhelmed. When a habit is simple, it's more likely that you'll follow through consistently. This initial success builds confidence and makes it easier to stick with the habit long term. As the habit becomes more ingrained, you can gradually increase the difficulty. It's all about setting yourself up for success from the very beginning.
So thank you. So my next question is, how do rewards play a role in habit building?
Rewards are super important and because they help reinforce the behavior and make it more enjoyable. When you give yourself a small reward after completing a habit, your brain starts to associate that habit with positive feelings. Over time, this makes you more likely to repeat the habit. Rewards can be anything from a little treat, a break, or even just a moment of satisfaction. It all adds up to making the habit stick.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, uh, how does how do rewards play in no, no, my next question is, what are some simple ways to reward yourself after completing a habit?
There are lots of simple ways you can reward yourself. For example, you could take a short break and enjoy a cup of your favorite tea or coffee, listen to a song you love, do a quick walk outside, or even just give yourself a mental pat on the back by acknowledging your progress. Little treats like a piece of chocolate or a few minutes on social media can also work wonders. The key is to find something that feels like a genuine treat to you.
Okay, ChatGPT, I request to you, please clearly and briefly answer my question. So my next question is, uh, why is tracking progress important for building habits?
Tracking progress is important because it helps you stay motivated and see how far you've come. It also makes you more accountable and allows you to identify patterns and areas for improvement. Overall, it keeps you engaged and committed to your habit.
Okay, please uh, tell me more information about this question.
Sure, when you track your progress, you get a visual representation of how consistent you've been, which can be really encouraging. It helps you celebrate small wins and maintain momentum. It also allows you to spot any patterns, like certain days or times when you might struggle, so you can adjust accordingly. Plus, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you focused on your long term goals.
Okay, so my next question is, what tools can you use to track your daily habits?
There are quite a few handy tools you can use. For example, habit tracking apps like Habitica, Streaks, or Done are great for daily tracking and they make it fun. You can also use a simple spreadsheet or a journey if you prefer something more analog. Some people even use a calendar to mark off the days they complete a habit. The key is to find a method that you enjoy and that you'll stick with.
Okay, please tell me more about this question.
Of course, habit tracking apps like Habitica add a gamified element turning your habits into little quests and making it more fun. Streaks helps you maintain a chain of completed days, so you're motivated not to break the chain. If you prefer something more straightforward, a spreadsheet can be customized to your liking and gives you a clear overview of your progress. And if you love a tactile experience, a journal can be a great way to reflect on your journey. Ultimately, the best tool is the one that fits seamlessly into your routine.
Okay, so my next question is, how can missing a day affect your habit building process?
Missing a day can happen, and it's usually not a big deal, but it can sometimes make it a bit harder to maintain momentum. It can create a feeling of guilt or disrupt the consistency that helps build the habit. The key is not to be too hard on yourself. Just get back on track as soon as possible and keep going. The occasional slip up is normal and doesn't mean you failed.
Please tell me more about this question so that I understand clearly.
Absolutely. And when you're building a habit, the goal is to create a consistent routine, and missing a day can sometimes make it feel like you're starting over. However, it's important to remember that one missed day doesn't erase all your progress. The main thing is to avoid the mindset of all or nothing. Instead, treat the missed day as a minor hiccup and get back to your routine the next day. Over time, this resilience helps reinforce the habit, and you'll find it easier to stay on track. The key is to be kind to yourself and keep the bigger picture in mind.
Okay, that's it. So, ChatGPT, my next question is what is
Sure, go ahead
the
with your next.
what is the difference between goal based habits and identity based habits? Please, and I request you to please uh, answer my question clearly and in brief.
Absolutely. Goal based habits are focused on achieving a specific outcome, like losing 10 pounds or reading 12 books in a year. Once you achieve the goal, a habit may end. Identity based habits, on the other hand, are about becoming the type of person you want to be, like being a healthy person or an avid reader. This mindset makes it easier to maintain the habit long term because it aligns with your self image.
Okay, please tell me about more information about this question.
Of course, with goal based habits, the emphasis is on the end result. Once you reach that goal, you might stop doing the habit because the objective is accomplished. On the other hand, identity based habits are rooted in who you want to become. Instead of focusing on a specific outcome, you focus on the process and the identity that comes with it. For example, if you see yourself as a healthy person, you naturally make healthy choices without the pressure of hitting a specific target. This approach tends to create more sustainable, long lasting habits because they become part of your core identity.
Okay, so my next question is what are identity based habits more powerful than goal based ones?
Identity based habits are often more powerful because they focus on who you want to become rather than just a specific outcome. This means that the habit becomes a natural part of your lifestyle and self image, making it easier to maintain over the long term. When your habits align with your identity, you're more intrinsically motivated and less likely to give up, even when challenges arise. In contrast, goal based habits can sometimes feel like they end once the goal is reached. So, identity based habits tend to create more lasting and meaningful change.
Okay, can you give an example of turning a goal into an identity statement?
Absolutely. For instance, if your goal is to run a marathon, the goal based approach would be to train until you run the marathon and then consider it done. Turning it into an identity based habit would be to see yourself as a runner. So instead of just aiming for the marathon, you would incorporate running into your identity and lifestyle. You might say, I am a runner. And this mindset encourages you to run regularly, not just until the race, but as a lasting part of who you are.
Okay, so thank you so much. So my next question is how long does it usually take to build a lasting habit?
The time it takes to build a lasting habit can vary a lot depending on the complexity of the habit and the individual. A common idea is that it takes about 21 days to form a habit, but research suggests it can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days, with an average of about 66 days for a habit to become automatic. The key is consistency and patience, and to focus on making small and sustainable changes. Over time, these small changes really add up.
Okay. So my next question is how can celebrating small wins improve habit formation?
Celebrating small wins is a fantastic way to boost motivation and reinforce positive behavior. Each small celebration acts as a mini reward, making the habit feel more satisfying and enjoyable. This positive reinforcement helps your brain associate the habit with good feelings, making it more likely that you'll stick with it. Over time, these small celebrations build momentum and make the habit feel like a natural and rewarding part of your routine.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is what role does environment play in building habits?
Environment plays a huge role in habit formation because it can either encourage or hinder your habits. A supportive environment makes it easier to stick to good habits by removing obstacles and making the desired behavior more convenient. For example, keeping healthy snacks visible and easily accessible makes it easier to eat healthily. On the flip side, a distracting or cluttered environment can make it harder to stay focused. By structuring your environment to align with your goals, you set yourself up for success and make good habits much easier to maintain.
Okay. So my last question is, what daily routine habits can change your life in the long run?
There are several powerful daily habits that can have a big impact over time. For instance, regular physical activity, even just a daily walk, can boost your health and energy levels. Uh, Consistent sleep routines improve mental clarity and overall well-being. Daily mindfulness or meditation can reduce stress and increase focus. Reading or learning something new every day helps with personal growth. And staying hydrated and eating balanced meals supports overall health. Small, consistent actions in these areas can lead to significant long-term benefits.
Okay, that's great. So I agree with you. So thank you so much for answering me all the question of my all the question, and it's pleasure for me. So thank you and bye.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad you enjoyed the conversation. It was a pleasure for me as well. If you ever have more questions, just let me know. Have a great day and take care. Bye.
Bye.